I call the Buckingham County School Board meeting back to order. 3.01, returning from closed session.
Mr. Chair, I move that I certify that to the best of our knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion to go into executive session were heard, discussed, or considered in executive session.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? Roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. We now have returned from closed session. 3.02, certificate of action taken in closed session.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the personnel agenda as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions on the motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve Covet as our insurance TPA effective July 1st, 25 through June 30th of 26.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. 3.03, appointment of Buckingham County Public Schools Superintendent.
I move that the school board appoint Dr. Cynthia Reesner to the position of Division Superintendent for Buckingham County Public Schools for a term commencing on July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2027. Furthermore, I move that the chairperson and clerk be authorized to execute an employment agreement with Dr. Reesner for this term as detailed in the contract.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries.
Thanks for Pirate Squad.
They all know I don't like crowds.
I wanted to take this opportunity. First, I would like to take the opportunity to thank the Buckingham County School Board for their commitment to setting a standard of quality education for our community. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our current superintendent, Dr. Keeler, as well as the central office staff, school leadership, and all Buckingham County Public School employees for their dedication to our students. And last, and of course, certainly not least, to our parents, students, and community members for their patience throughout this process. But I am excited, and I can declare that we will move forward in the direction, and we will continue to keep our children and their education and their future first. Let's give them a hand. So I wanted to read this news release that will be going out in the newspaper. Buckingham County Public School names new superintendent. Dr. Cynthia Reesner has been announced as the next superintendent of Buckingham County Public Schools. Her new position will become effective July 1st, 2025. Dr. Reesner currently serves as the Director of Human Resources and Administration for Amelia County Public Schools, a role she has held since 2023. She began her education career in Newport News City Public Schools as a teacher, a position she held for 3 years. Dr. Reesner has served as an avid program director for middle and high schools in Hampton-Sydney Public Schools, an assistant principal in Hampton City Public Schools, Virginia Beach City Public Schools, and Chesterfield County Public Schools, and as a principal and director of instruction and human resources in Amelia County Public Schools, culminating in nearly 31 years of experience in education. And this is a quote from Dr. Reesner. "I am excited and honored to join Buckingham County Public Schools. I am grateful to the school board for their confidence in me, and I look forward to working alongside the dedicated board members, educators, students, family, and community members to build on the division's successes and create new opportunities for excellence and growth." And I myself have a quote in here that I believe Dr. Reesner will be a great fit for the division, and quote unquote, "We are thrilled to welcome Dr. Reesner as our new superintendent. Her experience, leadership, and dedication to student success will be a great asset to our school division and community." Dr. Reesner earned her Doctorate of Education degree in Educational Leadership from Liberty University, a pre-K through 12 administration supervision endorsement from Old Dominion University, a Master of Education in Curriculum and Instruction from the University of Virginia, and a Bachelor of Arts in History from the University of Mary Washington. And then it goes on to say, the Virginia School Board Association assisted the school board with the superintendent search, and so we are thankful for them. I'm going to ask at this time for our Vice Chair, Mr. Snoddy, if he would please come forward. Please give us a few moments as we take some pictures. And we'll give the rest of the board as well,
Tell me what we got.
okay, all right, just right here. And we'll get all the rest of the board. I guess we can kind of move just a little bit, kind of, so you kind of. Yeah, keep going. Kind of, exactly. Okay. I won't know what to do then. All right, so. Mrs. Haynes, do you got it? Ready? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well. Yeah, sure, yeah, sure.
Thank you again, everyone. So I'm excited and truly honored to join Buckingham County Public Schools this evening. I would like to take a moment and congratulate Dr. Keeler on your upcoming retirement, and thank you for your outstanding service to not only Buckingham County, but also throughout Virginia. Thank you and congratulations. I look forward to working together with you as well as the school board for a successful and smooth transition. I'm extremely grateful to Mr. Goodman and the entire school board for their confidence in me. I look forward to working hand in hand, united, with the board, our teachers and staff, our administrators, our students and families, and our community supporters to build on Buckingham's many successes and create new opportunities for excellence and growth. Together, we will continue to develop the future, one student at a time. Lastly, I'd like to take a moment to thank my husband, Zane. Worked last night, got to work again tonight, but thank you for being here with me this evening and for your love and support. Our sons, Dylan and Sawyer, are both away at college, and they are supposed to be in class right now, but hopefully they're able to watch YouTube later on. Thank you again for providing me with this opportunity to serve Buckingham County as your next superintendent.
Opening of regular meeting. It is the custom of Buckingham County School Board to open each meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States flag and a prayer. If anyone is offended by either of these, it is suggested that they wait until 1 minute after beginning of the meeting to enter. So we'll stand at this time for the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you. We thank you for all that you do for us, Father, for the many blessings that you've given us, Father, the ones we know about and the ones we don't, Father. We ask your hand upon this meeting. We ask your Holy Spirit move amongst us, Father. Help us to do your work for your will, Father, your purpose. We ask that you be with our leadership, our county, state, federal, Father. May we all do your bidding, Father. For in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
3.05, adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. 4.01, recognitions and presentations, seniors of the month.
Good evening, folks. This next Tuesday, no, not next Tuesday, Tuesday, May 13th at 6 o'clock p.m., we'll be back here for our banquet for the seniors of the month and for the teachers that are retiring. Tonight, we will recognize our number 33 and number 34 senior. So we'll start with the number 33. Come on up, Thomas. It's a privilege to stand before you tonight to recognize an outstanding student leader, athlete, community member, and Buckingham County Public Schools April 2025 Senior of the Month, Thomas Snoddy. Thomas is a shining example of what it means to be a well-rounded, responsible, and rooted in both school and community, a committed student. Thomas is a proud member of the FFA, SCA, the Beta Club, the National Honor Society, the Prime Club, and 4-H. These memberships reflect not just participation, but dedication to service, leadership, and academic achievement. On the athletic field, Thomas has been a standout member of the varsity soccer team for 4 years, serving as a team captain for the past 2 seasons. And in 23-24, his hard work and talent earned him the District Defensive Player Award, a well-deserved recognition for his leadership and skill. Outside of school, Thomas is deeply involved in his faith community. As a member of the Mulberry Grove Baptist Church, he actively participates in the youth group and uses his talents to support worship services throughout audio and visual work, playing a vital role behind the scenes. Thomas also brings a strong work ethic to everything he does. He provides lawn care services for the Howardsville General Store and other clients as needed. And he has worked for the Foxfire Christmas Tree Farm, Mill Creek Livestock and Groundhound Landworks. These experiences reflect his commitment to hard work and his deep connection to the land in his community. After graduation, Thomas plans to continue his education in agriculture and business, a path that perfectly blends his passion, skills, and vision for the future. Please join with me in congratulating Thomas Snoddy, Buckingham County's April 25 Senior of the Month. As we go on tonight, I would like to read a proclamation for the National Student Leadership Week. This is the second year I think we've done this. Whereas school sponsors student leadership activities in order to provide students with vital experience in exercising a voice in matters of common concern, reconciling diverse interests, and selecting leaders. Whereas student leaders are a positive influence on their peers, modeling good character and scholarship in and out of the classroom, and serve as change agents to improve the overall climate and academic performance levels of their schools. Whereas student leaders do not automatically develop sound leadership skills and require trained, dedicated faculty advisors to help them develop the essential traits and characteristics of a leader and to provide the positive experiences necessary to expand their skills and foster their paths to becoming effective leaders. And whereas the support of the school administrators and faculty, parents, community members is necessary to help ensure the successful education of all emerging student leaders. And whereas the National Student Leadership Week serves as an ideal time to bring attention to the important and integral contributions that student leaders and all the student activities make in our nation's school. And now, therefore, I, as Superintendent of Buckingham County Public Schools, Dr. John Keeler, do hereby proclaim the third full week of April as Buckingham County Public Schools Student Leadership Week in support of National Student Leadership Week, and urge citizens to seek opportunities to recognize student leaders in our schools and support their training and activities as they prepare themselves for their future stations as leaders of our city, state, and nation. Let's give them a big hand, please. Lily is a product of our school system. She is probably the best student, what do you call yourself? Thank you. And when you listen to her give a report, she gives a great report. Where is Mary Starrett? Mary, thank you thank you for sponsoring this, okay? You're always there for kids, so we appreciate it. We give Mary a big hand, too. We got one more senior of the month, and as soon as she gets here, they're playing some tennis, and we'll get her in, okay? We take the senior of the month serious. 34 kids, 34 seniors that will be recognized, have been recognized after tonight. I've done this for 25 years. I haven't, and that's a lot of kids. So, we try to get scholarships, and Joyce, would you come up just a second, please? Yeah. These kids get a $500 scholarship. They use, to go to school in South James River.
Yay! Community Foundation.
Took me
You got it right.
Took me 3 years. But they'll fund this, and they have over the last 3.5 years, and we appreciate that. And if you want to see something good, check that out, and listen to those kids recognize teachers and coaches who have made a great influence on their life, and it's the best thing I've seen. Give her a big hand. Thank you.
I also want to say we give scholarships to graduating seniors, and we've offered scholarships as well as funding. The first year, we whispered in your ear, do you need help? And then after that, our organization has funded that to the tune of about a little over $15,000. So that we have put into the school system. We give back to the community. But he got it right finally, South James River Community Foundation. Thank you, Dr. Keeler.
Thank you. And now, we'd like to share, if we're ready, for the Teachers of the Year. This past Friday, we recognized all 6 of our Teachers of the Year. And we start with preschool. I start with preschool because they're tiny and they really get into it. Here we are going down the hallway. They don't even know who it is, and they start hollering. Miss Renee Schaefer was the Teacher of the Year. Give her a big hand. This is where the fun comes in. That's some cool dancing, isn't it? Then we moved on to primary. This is Miss Galen,
Heather Bell.
this is elementary.
Miss Page. It's Miss Page.
Miss Page.
Primary. Miss Page. Elementary school. Kids love her. Jalen Evans. At the middle school now. Recognize. Coach Mead, Chuck Mead.
Even better, right?
Then we went up to the high school, and this lady started crying just as soon as I walked in. Bless her heart, Miss Fulcher. Let's give her a big hand. Our CTE. Miss Britt didn't have anybody in there at the time, but she's still very well received. We're going to bring all six back at the next meeting, school board meeting, and they're going to be presented with their plaques. That's something that we usually do convocation, but because I'm running out of time, so we're going to do it then, and we're going to also honor the Teacher of the Year. That was something we started a couple years ago too, and that person will get, him or her will get a ring, and they're not cheap rings either, I can tell you. Herf Jones works with us, and I love our teachers. We have made some great gains. And it starts with everybody. I see people around here that have been significant. And we appreciate that. I appreciate athletics, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. I coached for 100 years and before I was here. And I know what good teams bring to school systems. I've had a lot of fun, especially with the football, and especially since I convinced my wife to play us in football. Now I regret it, I'll be honest with you, because we won 3 times in a row, and she thought she was finished with us, but we were opening up with them next year too. So this is a great place. I think you're going to enjoy it, and thank you all for coming out. And we got some kids to honor now, too, because I don't know how many of them, oh, the art. You got to forgive me, I don't do this very often. Eli Farish. Eli, you here? Come on up. Eli, you finished third place. There you go. And tell me,
I don't really remember that much about this one. I think there's a few scratch from older ones, and that was, I'll be honest, I don't remember.
You won, that's me.
impressive anyway. I didn't know what it was either, but I said, that's a big color.
I think that was what I could do. That's, yeah, I did something. Thank you.
Andre Turner. Andre, you did a really good job too. You finished second. And the competition is tough in this stuff, and they're very picky. You know, I met the lady, and she says, first thing she asked me, she said, "You got a ruler?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, I got to measure something because I'll disqualify people that are not right." And she did. She disqualified all my wife's right. Andre Turner, you are second place, and can you tell us what it is? Okay, that's good. That's wonderful. Look at it. Did y'all see it? Yes. We had an extraordinary thing happen. We had a choir. You know, I've been to a lot of these meals, what the VSBA does, and they always bring out their kids and stuff and try to show off. And we didn't, I talked to Miss Jones. I said, "Miss Jones, we've got to have a choir." And I volunteered my services. They never called me. And her husband, Coach Mike, they really know how to sing. And I don't, but I could lip sync. I don't have to get in there. But we had some kids and some folks from the community. Would y'all come on up, please? All of you that was involved with the choir, please. I wish you could. I wish you could have heard them. There's that guy sing bass, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. You're the bass man, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Sang two songs. First one was.
You say.
The
first one was You Say.
You say?
You say.
Okay. All right. I say.
And you say.
It was great.
Thank you.
But the second one really brought the house down.
Lean on me.
Lean on me. Right now, they're going to do a rendition of that. It was wonderful. I just wish there was some way we could had it, you could see it and hear it. It was just wonderful, and so proud. And it's one of the best things I've ever seen. So I'm going to try to get in the choir next year. Okay.
We'll see.
Let's give them a big hand. Mike. Denise. Donald Jones. Who? All right, I got some for these kids. All right, let's see. Okay. Got good looking folks too. Let's get a picture. Close in. Mr. Petey's class came up with the way to talk about Buckingham to people who don't know anything about Buckingham, and it was a great job. Kids talk about all the stuff around us. We have gold in kryptonite, whatever that stuff is, and anything that's cool we got here. So, Ryan, why don't you come on up, and all the kids that made a contribution that night. There's a lot of good ones too. Petey, thank you so much.
It's the first one.
Maury.
Is her name Gaia? You can just call them all off. Is that Gaia?
Promise next year we're gonna do this better. Thank you. Mr. Petey, thank you for getting this together. Mr. Petey, first state championship back here, what was it, Russ, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? And we blew him away. Let's give him that big hand. He's a we have any culinary students?
Mr. Peter.
Give it to Mr. Fulcher.
Culinary students got an opportunity to serve a dinner. And I mean, when we do a banquet, we do it upright. And they, bless their hearts, there was probably about 15 of them, helped us all night. And I think it was like their first time that they had a chance to get out and do it. It's COVID, so did a great job, and we think a lot of them. So let's give them a hand. They're not here, but let's get those done.
5.01, public comment. Anyone who wishes to address the school board must state their name and address and limit their comments to 3 minutes. This is a time for comments only. Board members do not respond to the comments made. Questions should be submitted to the school board in writing and will be given the appropriate person to answer as soon as possible. Do we have anybody signed up?
No one signed up.
All right, then public comment is closed. Report of the superintendent. 7.01, recommend approval of the 2025-2026 Perkins Plan. Okay. Excuse me. 6.01, approval of the consent agenda.
I have some questions and some things I wanted to point out in some of our consent agenda, so I think I'll address those first, and then we can decide. I just asked questions about some of the agenda items because I wasn't familiar with them. One of them was a Newslear product that is, it was costing $2,000 and $1,000 individually, and those were paid with Federal Middle School Improvement Fund, and it's a supplemental program to support a focus on reading across the content area. So I just wanted to make sure we were spending our money right, so just wanted to let y'all know that. And then there was a HMH student license, which was $5,000 and $2,000, and coaching, getting started in Coachly digital licenses, and that was also paid with federal SPED funds required for Hispanic-speaking students with learning disabilities, software to be used to help with reading of these students, and that was approved by DOE to purchase. And then there was Care Guide Advocates, and that's something for our insurance that we had approved and I had forgotten. So just wanted to clear that up. And there was Angel Track System, which is about $1,500, and that's the new camera system for special ed transportation vehicles. And then there's a Magna 5MS VM Data Platform Essentials Enterprises, and some VMware, which is server software that we had approved. And Vision 21 Solutions, which is the charging carts for our high school. And I also asked how often do these need to be replaced, or are they on a rotating schedule between schools? And the carts are at the high school, and they will be transitioning from take-home to keep in school next year, like the rest of the division is. So this is a one-time purchase. And then there were 14 G7 laptops and 100 eChrome laptops purchased. And I asked the same question of those, and these laptops are in a 3-year cycle, and they're for the middle school teachers, new devices. And the Chromebooks are for the high school. They're upgrading the old and finishing migration to the carts and the SOL testing. And then there was one other thing about dirt for the baseball field, and I was questioning, well, what about the softball field? But it was both of them that were covered under this cost. So that was all I had. So I do make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. Now on to the report of the superintendent. 7.01, recommend approval of the 2025-2026 Perkins Plan. Mr. Dale Fulcher, CTE Director.
Good evening, how are y'all doing? Good. So, this is the plan as it is right now, and then once we receive the report from the state of what we are going to be, given, then we'll go in and make an amendment to that, plan. This was based off of what we currently were, operating under.
So are there any major changes with this?
No, ma'am, not this year, no.
Okay, so can you give us a, kind of just a quick summary of what the Perkins Plan entails?
So we use those funds to pay for, to help some of our students go to conferences, purchase equipment that we might need, the credentialing test that they take, we pay for that. And we do multiple tests in that for cosmetology, welding, we started doing carpentry this year, ASE certification for our automotive program, just lots of different things that we use that for.
So with them getting the certifications, I guess I'm to assume that this would better connect them to be
Yes,
able to
sir.
get a job
Yes,
once
sir.
they get,
Yes, sir. And we're working to try to make some connections with different community members as well to have some job avenues for the students when they leave here with these certifications.
anyone else have any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I recommend approval of the 2025-26 Perkins Plan as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. 7.02, recommend approval of members of the 2025-2026 CTE Advisory Committee. Mr. Fulcher.
Yes, sir. These were the current members that we have, and I have reached out to the ones that I could connect with to see if they would continue to serve another 2-year cycle with the advisory team as I get my bearings and feet wet, as this is my first year as the CTE coordinator, so.
All right, can you talk a little bit about the importance of the advisory committee?
So the advisory committee works with myself and the other teachers, like if we need to add any other programs or like our connection with community college for our dual enrollment purposes. And we have a meeting where we meet twice a year to discuss any of those concerns that we might have. I do have a couple programs that I would like to look at adding eventually, but as I know money is tight, we can't look at any of that right now, so. And these people also provide connections to jobs and different things out in the community and different paths into the workforce as well.
Anyone else have any questions?
Mr. Chair, I recommend the approval of the members to the 2025-2026 CTE Advisory Committee.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion carries unanimous. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
7.03, recommend approval of the Buckingham School Board norms and protocols. I just wanted this added, as I stated earlier, just so we can review and we all kind of are going in the same direction. Were there any amendments that anyone wanted to recommend?
I would recommend in the when and how the board conducts a self-evaluation, changing the date on that, make it effective this year, so that we can stay on point. I know we haven't in the past, at least we didn't last year when we came on deck, so I would change that from 2020 to 2025. At a minimum.
So noted. Anyone else? And also, there was one part that, where it says, when it's talking about social media, and it says it's do we need to amend that at all? Because I know, you know, we do use social media, we can use social media. Any thoughts? Any other areas anybody wants to take a look at?
Well, are you talking about the media inquiries or the social media, use of social media?
Use of social
Yeah, so
media.
the use of social media use is discouraged. Social media may be used to push out positive messages about the division. I believe currently we use, the school does the social media. We do not, as far as publishing anything from the school board. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Then I would say keep it as it is.
Agreed.
All right.
Everything that we would have to pass would go through the school system. That way it's properly vetted.
All right, so we good on that?
Yep.
Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the Buckingham County School Board norms and protocols as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. 7.04, recommend approval of the VSBA School Board Member Code of Conduct. Any questions on this?
I don't see anything worthy of change.
All right, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I recommend approval of the VSBA School Board Member Code of Conduct.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. 7.05, policy updates, February VSBA policy updates, second reading and adoption.
There's a couple, most of it's just a way they worded, doesn't take anything away from it, but the student representative to the school board is something that we need to pay a little bit of attention to. The school board must establish procedure for appointing student representatives to the school board. The previously included procedure was removed from the substance of the sample policy, but may be included or replaced with a procedure that the division determines best. One procedural option is the following. The principal of the high school nominates a student or from the school to serve as the student rep to the school board from, he can several nominations if he wants to. From these nominations, the student representatives will serve a one-year term if it's approved by the board. It's a good place for the school board to establish clear rules related to student representatives, and the rules can be separately adopted or included within the policy. We've been really blessed since I've been here to have good student liaisons, and I think that Lily might be the best one I've seen. And I think she got trained at the VSBA conference in Williamsburg, and we were really proud of you for doing that. And when you hear her talk, I'm gonna make sure she talks before she'll give you more information about the schools than anything. Another one,
Dr. Keeler,
Yeah.
how is it done right now? Because I think the principal, I don't know, he has his input, but I'm not sure exactly if it's done that way.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Dr. Keeler, if you'd like me to enlighten you on the situation, the student school board rep is elected by the student body of the high school.
Oh.
And we have an application process that goes through Ms. Starrett, where she reviews and sees if we are a viable candidate.
You see why I like that kid? You got it right there. You're going someplace, Lily, I tell you that.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it. Just like Billy said,
Okay.
now, I'll be honest with you, the reason I said principal, because at Buena Vista, principal did nominate a kid. So, but that sounds like a better option to me.
Yes, sir.
So we need to change the wording on that. How do we, just how she said it, right?
Just like she said.
What'd she say?
So we've noted the changes
Yeah.
in the language. So we've noted the changes. Do we have a
There
motion?
was something on
Oh, we got another one.
concussion protocol.
Yes.
JJAC.
Huh?
JJAC.
Student athlete concussions.
Yeah. Uh, Encouraging to, a student athlete suspected by the student athlete's coach, athletic trainer, or team physician of sustaining concussion or brain injury in a practice or game is removed from the activity at that time. A student athlete who has been removed from play, evaluated, and suspected to have a concussion or brain injury does not return to play that day or until the athlete is evaluated by an appropriate licensed health care provider as determined by the Board of Education, and in receipt of the written clearance to return play from such licensed health care provider. That is a big deal, and that's a strong, stronger policy now. I coached, and a lot of people here have done so, and you didn't know. But a lot of times you didn't know a kid had a concussion until after the game was over, you know? And we gotta do a better job of recognizing that and get all of our coaches trained on this thing.
Mr.
Those are two. There's others, but the big ones are big policy things coming here in what, 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
It's probably about 500 of them. So,
Mr. Chair, on the return to learn protocol with concussions, on the return to learn protocol on concussions, I think we need to do a better job of helping our teachers understand what they need, how they need to accommodate for the student coming back. I know that when my son was out with post-concussion syndrome, and it took a long time to get him back into it. And I'm not sure how well the teachers understood the limitations that he had. And a shout out to Miss Cindy Jones, our school nurse, for catching it on my son too. But it took him probably at least a month to be able to return to school full time. So we need to make sure we educate our teachers on what to look for.
very good. Good recommendation. And I appreciate Coach Ann and Russ, our AD, on the steps that they do to make sure our kids are safe. And it's changed, you know. You see these cats with a rubber helmet thing now. That's a way to prevent.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
On the sideline in the field of play, individual student athlete takes a hit, comes out of the play. Who makes the determination if there is a suspicion of a head injury or a concussion? Is there qualified medical personnel on the sideline or on the baseball diamond? Who makes that decision?
Usually there is not. Okay, I'm not gonna laugh, but, you know, I worry about having, you know, trained people there.
Yeah.
Now, the rescue squad always comes to our home football games.
Okay.
And generally speaking, then, unless they get a call where they have to leave, we have somebody there.
Okay.
And when something does happen, I'll give you an example. There's a JV kid had a head injury, and about 2 years ago, and the gentleman came back from the rescue and was there with him and made sure they got him to the hospital.
Well, and I don't mean no disrespect to the coaching staff in any way. And I'm sure they're extremely smart people and they can make a calculated decision. But, you know, you get a kid that's a hard charger and they'll tell the coach anything to get back in the game.
Yeah.
You know, so I just, you know, for the safety of the students and, you know, like probably a couple, 2, 3 people up here, I've had concussions from playing football. I just asked that question on the side of the safety and concern for the students, not to take anything away from any of the coaching staff or any of the teachers. But, you know, if we have the rescue squad look at them and the rescue squad has a protocol, you know, then I'm acceptable to that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So we do have a policy handbook regarding the concussions, and as it reads, coaches will be required to pass a VHSL coaches concussion course and review the guidelines annually before coaching that school year. Coaches will be instructed to immediately remove any athlete suspected of sustaining a concussion in a practice game and immediately seek care from a licensed healthcare provider. The athlete is not to return to participation that day. Coaches will also be instructed that student athlete must have a written clearance from a licensed healthcare provider, which is basically what we're saying now. So the coaches are the first line.
Okay.
Once the coaches deem it, they send it over to the healthcare provider. So I think we have kind of a thing in play. The problem that I see outside of this is that while we do have EMS on site for football games, we don't for the others.
Right.
And soccer and baseball, you can get a concussion just like football.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I've had a concussion playing baseball, you know, so, you know, you probably need to maybe ask them, the rescue squad, if they're not doing anything, you know, come by and check out some of the games and kind of be on hand in case of an unfortunate situation.
I can tell you from experience as a coach and as a superintendent, I went ahead and got approval for full-time trainer because too many of the things happen, and just like you say, we think it's going to happen during football. It can happen in baseball. It can happen in a lot. It can happen playing basketball if you bump hit hard enough.
Yeah.
And to have somebody there makes a difference, and it, you know, might be something we want to look at as a precaution.
Now, when the rescue squad is there, do we have to pay some type of fee for them to be there, or?
I don't think so, do we, Ross?
Okay,
Community, can you imagine?
okay.
I don't see anything regarding the return to learn for us as a school system. I would agree with Pam and recommend that we do create one or have something
Yeah.
like that for the concussion piece. I don't see it anywhere for the return to learn for the teacher side of the house, so I would recommend that we do have that. If we do have it, I'm fine, I can't find it, so,
Okay, thank you.
yep. I do see the states, I just don't see ours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Any more comments, questions, concerns?
I had several, but this one, home instruction, I know we talked about this months ago before. But if I'm not mistaken, we totally revamped a lot of the home instruction stuff that we were doing. So I would recommend in this case, we bounce back and get Ms. Jansen's former learnings that she and I both got for home instruction, homebound, homeschooling, make sure that we're on point with our policy.
Will do.
Any more questions, concerns?
That's two of the things that I thought we'd bring up. You could talk about the others, but mostly just whether worded again. So, but the big ones will come a couple weeks, and we all need to look at them.
Bring it.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the policies updates for February as amended.
Concur.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Any questions on the motion? All in favor, please raise your hand. Unanimous, motion carries. 7.06, Student Liaison Report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Dr. Keeler stated before, my name is Lily Jones, and I'm the student liaison for the 2024 through 2025 school year. Miss Amanda Bryan, our environmental science teacher, just returned from a professional opportunity at the WaterWise Conference. WaterWise is a professional development opportunity for K through 12 teachers hosted by the Department of Conservation and Recreation at Natural Tunnel State Park. This conference helps provide educators with opportunities and ideas to teach students about the importance of preserving our waterways. On the topic of science classes, our dual enrollment biology enjoyed a visit to James River State Park and Peter Francisco Soil and Water. Also, the advanced biology class joined the DE biology class for a field trip at the Metro Richmond Zoo. And tomorrow, our science department is planning a trip to Jordan Point Marina. Buckingham County's FBLA just competed in state competitions earlier this month in Reston, Virginia. We have 2 students who qualified to compete in nationals in California this summer. As a way of fundraising for this amazing opportunity, FBLA is holding an ice cream social this Friday during 4th block. FCCLA also competed in state competitions earlier this month at Virginia Beach. Several kids placed, and they are readying themselves for nationals this summer. FFA currently has a plant sale going on and are preparing for officer elections along with their induction banquet. To end off the club's portion of this report, SCA just went to the VSTA convention where Reasia Barber and BCHS won the Region 8 High School Regional Representative position, and BCHS won the Virginia Student Council Award, which is a state achievement award. Next week is National Leadership Week, and SCA officer elections will be held, and we will be recognizing our student leaders. As for our spring sports, they are in full swing. The varsity softball team plays home Thursday, and the varsity baseball team's next home game is against Cumberland on April 24th. The next home tennis match is in May, and there's a track meet this afternoon. Please come out and support all of our teams. Thank you so much for your time and for listening.
That was great. That was great. 8.01, other board business, school board member committee updates.
There was a facilities meeting, but I wasn't in attendance, so I can't speak to that.
Me either, I missed it.
Mr. Haslip, do you have anything
The updates.
for that?
Quick update, proud to finish the greenhouse. That is up and running now. They're doing a great job with that, already putting it into play. Look forward to seeing how that is utilized in the future. She did a good job with what she had. Can you imagine what she's going to do with what we have now? So that was pretty much the, gave them an update, but that was pretty much the highlight of the meeting.
Thank you. Do we want to?
I was going to go ahead. I'll
You
start
good?
it.
Go for it.
Just a point of pain for everyone. The budget season is here, and of course, we were not allowed any extra money from our county, and the governor governor's budget is what we go off of, and with that, we may have cuts, and that's not gonna be very good, but we just wanna let everybody know that now, so you're not surprised if something gets cut. And some other people could say a few things too if they want.
Well, we knew this coming into the season. When we started off, we were quite a bit in the hole. Currently, 500 and change in the hole. Unfortunately, the county doesn't have it to give to us. Changes are coming. I mean, we've talked about it at the board meetings for the last probably couple of months now during this same session. So unfortunately, changes got to be made. You know, we got to make up the deficit, which at 500 grand plus or minus, we have to make some changes. So be aware, we feel the pain for you guys, for us, for our district, and for our community and our children mostly. But understand that we don't have a choice. Our hands are kind of tied. So changes are coming. You've been pre-warned before this, but coming into next month, you figure May is contract season. So we want to let you know changes are coming. So when you get that question mark and deer in the headlight look, ask the questions that you want to ask then, okay? But it's coming. We don't have a choice. At 500 grand, and the average teacher pay is a little over 50 grand a year, all right? So do the math. Yes, there are other areas where we're cutting. Yes, there are other areas where we're doing some things different, but right now, we're in a whole 500 plus. So that's what it is. And we hate to say it is what it is, because that's kind of unthoughtful, but it is. I mean, we've looked at everything. We've looked at it with Dr. Keeler. We've looked at it with the board. We've talked about it. We've had discussions about it. We've argued about it, fussed about it. But at the end of the day, we're still going to be a few $100,000 in the hole, regardless of what we do or don't do. So understand that changes are coming. And hold on. If you got any questions, hit us up. Ask Dr. Keeler. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Teresa.
And one more thing, the salary scales that we had discussed and we had wanted to approve, it's not going to happen right now because we're just hoping we can keep as many people as we can. So I think there's going to be a 3% increase and possibly a bonus, but that's all that we'll be able to do for now.
Yes, so I would like to say something to the public as well as our students and staff. As a product of Buckingham, graduating in 2013, there are a lot of great things that have happened this month. My email has been booming with names, congratulations emails, and I just want to say congratulations to everybody that took part of that. Congratulations to the advisors, the principals, the assistant principals. I'd like to bring up Autism Awareness Month. Assistant Principal Week. We can't do this without you all, so we say thank you. Continue to do great things. I know change can be hard, and it will be hard, but we are here to support and advocate for you all. Like Mr. Chairman said and Vice Chairman said that, if you have questions, please reach out to us. That's what we're here for. And if you have any concerns, our lines are always open. But once again, we want to say congratulations to all our students, all of our staff members. You guys are awesome, and you are doing an amazing job. Just continue to push forward.
Welcome aboard, Dr. Reesner.
I have something else too. I also wanted to say thank you to all those people that helped with our regional forum, because there was cafeteria staff
that's right.
here. There was custodial personnel that we had to get, culinary students, musical performers, and the students that shared the history. I think there was some history that a lot of people didn't really know about Buckingham, and even Senator Kane didn't know some things about that. I heard him say it. I also wanted to say today is Virginia Workplace Readiness Day, and just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. And then Mr. Ritchie and I were fortunate enough to be able to go on a trip with the welding students to Norfolk, and it was an early morning. We got up. We left at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, and it was right the day before, we were going to have spring break. It was 27 students, 2 teachers, and of course us 2 school board members, and our bus driver, Wanda Goodman. I don't know if she. And they were with Venture Tours Bus Lines out of Virginia Beach. We went to Colonus Shipyard, which is the the first one that we went to, it's 150 years old. You don't think of ships like that, but, you know, I guess they've been working on them for a long time. They gave us breakfast, and then they showed us different companies under the same umbrella. I thought this was the best place to start because they, as far as a job, because they had more jobs and different types of boats and all that kind of thing, because they worked on anything from a tugboat to a U.S. naval ship. And then we went to Maritime Hydraulics International, and they fed us lunch, so we were fed. There wasn't any problem there. And several students got to show off their welding skills, so they were really excited about this place. And when I asked some of them later on, I said, well, which place would you like to go to? And they picked this place. We went all the way out on the end of the pier there, and they had two ships there. It was a commercial ship that was just there docking, and they had to pay rent just to dock there. And then it was a Navy destroyer there that they had been working on for a year with another year to go. And they were just modernizing this ship because it's 15 years old, so it needed to be modernized. And then the last stop was NASCO, which is some name for General Dynamics, I think, where they mostly work on Navy vessels. And we saw a 3D printer that can manipulate steel up to a size of 170 inches by 35 inches by 17 inches. And it was a big 3D printer. And we saw an experimental water vessel there called the Ghost, which we don't really know what it was about. It looked like a big drone to me, but they said it went on water. And we spoke with many of the employees that started fresh out of high school with no experience in welding, or some with a few years' experience. But overall, it was a wonderful opportunity for our students to see these companies, because these tours aren't given to but about 8 to 10 groups a year. So Buckingham has gotten 2 or 3 chances to do this. And the tuition is paid for by these companies if you want to take courses, and most recommend apprentice school. The main thing that we took away from our visit is if you have good attendance, show up on time, and are willing to work, they want you. They were wanting us to bring them on that day, I think. There are jobs available with good startup pay. And then we left about 4:30 in the evening and headed to a soul food buffet, Cooper's Restaurant in Portsmouth, where we stuffed ourselves. And then we boarded the bus home and got back to the Buck at 8:53. And I just want to thank the welding department with this opportunity to visit the ship repair locations. And I hope some of our kids will take advantage of these career opportunities. And then I just want to shout out that 3 of our kids are going to go to nationals, because they just, what they get, first or second, I think. Anyway, it's Skills USA. And another person got 12th, I think she got, for the sculpturing, but she did the thing that goes over your head when you go underwater, and she just made this octopus that goes all around. It was really neat looking. But anyway, I really enjoyed it, and I thank them for letting us go.
I would like to add to that, and once again, compliment the students of this county and of this high school who represented this county extremely well with their very positive behavior and adult-like behavior. You know, during transit, you know, we were on the bus and all, the kids are gonna be kids, and they're gonna goof off a little bit, and they're gonna have fun. But when it came time to be serious and respect the people that was trying to explain to them how things work and how they would like for them to come to work, our kids were extremely respectful. They listened, they asked very good questions, and you know, I just would like to give the kids a great big compliment of representing the school system the way they did. That's all I got.
Oh, and one other thing, we did give a proclamation to all 3 places from Dr. Keeler and their school board. And I also got a little hat for you, Dr. Keeler. It says Virginia Ship Repair Association, so I wanted to give you that.
Thank you very much.
I'm not going to wear it, so I may as well give it to you.
Thank you.
That's all that I have. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, seeing none, hearing none, I declare this Buckingham County School Board meeting adjourned.